Hello everyone, my name is Abby Bliss White and welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna have a little fun doing a foundation review along with a full face of luxury beauty. I have been getting a lot of questions about La Prairie, specifically their foundations, and I was asked to do an updated review of these foundations. So today I thought we would start out with the Skin Caviar. This is the Essence-in-Foundation. This is the Cushion Foundation, and I actually went and picked up a new shade in this Essence Foundation. So what I thought we would do today is give this a little wear test, do a few check-ins, give you all the information about this very expensive La Prairie foundation, and then I will be doing an updated foundation review on the classic Skin Caviar Concealer Foundation as well. But I thought today we would kick it off with the Cushion Foundation, and then I just pulled out some of my other favorite luxury makeup. So if you're interested in seeing how I created this look, as well as doing a full review of this Cushion Foundation from La Prairie, then let's go ahead and get started. Okay, we're gonna do a full face of luxury makeup or bougie makeup today. I have been getting several questions about La Prairie foundations, and now I'm getting asked if I still use those products, what shades I like. So I thought I would split this video up, and one day we are going to be using, I just picked up a new shade in the Skin Caviar. This is the Essence-in-Foundation. This is the Cushion. So we're gonna do a little unboxing of that one. And then I also will do another video using my La Prairie, the Skin Caviar Concealer Foundation, SPF of 50. And this is one of these foundations that YouTube made me buy, and I was getting asked if I still use it. Do I still love it? So we're gonna do a couple different foundation reviews because so many of you have been reaching out to me and asking, and I thought, well, let's go ahead and do a couple foundation reviews. Obviously, I have no makeup on my face, so I thought we'd go ahead and just kind of do a full face of luxury makeup. And I owned this cushion in the past, and I had it in the color Pesh. And that was the only thing I would say, is that I have kind of been matched to several different shades within the La Prairie line. I was so excited because they have expanded the shade range. These are super expensive foundations. This really is, the way that I look at this is truly like skin care. Like this is going to be a tinted skin care product. La Prairie is clearly bougie, very expensive, and not everybody's gonna want to invest in these products. I totally get that. So the question that I was getting is, you know, do I think this is worth it? And I'm gonna be honest, I have a lot of foundations, and yes, there are plenty of foundations that I absolutely love that are substantially cheaper than La Prairie. Do I think this is a good product? I really do like the product. I like the foundations, but they are definitely like an investment. They are definitely splurge worthy. But La Prairie is not one of these products that I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, you have to run out and get it. It's the best thing ever. I would say for those of you that love the idea of skincare infused in their makeup, I also feel like if you are more mature and you're really looking for those like true hydration skincare benefits in your makeup as well, then you're probably going to love the La Prairie foundation. So the last time I purchased this La Prairie Skin Caviar, the Essence-in-Foundation, I swear I want to say it was like $195, which is still crazy expensive, but this is now $250. So I want to go ahead, show you the packaging here, kind of classic La Prairie packaging. And you do, for this price, you do actually get an additional cushion. So you do actually get a refill. And then this is the cushion. I'm going to kind of push this down. That's what I'm saying, is you can pop it in and out just like that. And I'm going to go ahead, push that down. And then what you're going to do is you're going to really like have to push in here to dispense the makeup, okay? So the last time the shade that I had was in Pesh, and I always felt like I wasn't quite sure if that was right. That's going to be described as sort of light with peachy undertones, which I do have peachy undertones. I am somebody who has light to medium skin tone. I have a warm undertone with a cool overtone. So I can kind of get away with, you know, using some of the tones that have a little peachier undertone, cooler undertones. I can't go too warm. They will kind of make me look a little sallow. Like I get, if it's too yellowy, it does not, it kind of makes me look a little bit sick. So kind of in that neutral peach, neutral cool is what works best for me. And I ended up picking this up in Pure Ivory. And when I was swatching all the different shades in the Skin Caviar, you can't really swatch the Essence cushions at the counter, but you can the Skin Caviar concealer one. And it was kind of funny because the Pure Ivory is going to be the most neutral in the batch that I was swatching, and it's also going to be in the range of a 20. So what I would tell you is I'm sort of in the like 20 / I can sometimes wear some of the 30s in other foundations. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to press down. You got to really kind of press down to release some of the product. So let me kind of press down. Here it comes, just like that. And we'll give you a little swatch here. Kind of saturate my little sponge here. And here is the shade Pure Ivory. And I'm so excited because I have been matched in like so many different shades within the La Prairie color shades that I just get kind of confused and overwhelmed. But I think I finally found my correct shade here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to start with this little the sponge that it comes with right here, but I usually prefer to use my own sponge or a brush, and a little goes a long way with this foundation. I actually do really love the way that this perfects my skin. Okay, that is a little layer with that cushion sponge. I tend to like to come in, and there's still some product kind of right on the top of here. And I'm coming in with just a synthetic brush. This one is my Heavenly Complexion brush, and I'm just going to come in with this, and I'm going to kind of buff that on to the skin. You can also come in with a sponge, but I like to really buff this foundation into the skin because it really is such a pretty cushion. Okay, here is what this foundation looks like on my skin. It's a nice thin layer. It's not going to feel like makeup at all. It feels like it just sort of glides on and perfects the skin. And I have been a little bit obsessed with cushions lately. So I absolutely love my Chantecaille Future Skin cushion, and I have been pulling out all of my other cushions, just kind of playing around with them. I wanted to show you this one on my skin. Again, this is going to be particularly good for more mature, dry skin. That's what I have, but I don't know if you can see, it's going to give me a nice little glow. This is actually less dewy than the Skin Caviar Concealer Foundation. That one's going to be a slightly more hydrating, slightly more dewy. This one is still plenty hydrating. I'm going to read off the claims of it in just a second, but I just kind of wanted to show you what this looks like. I want to leave it like this. You totally can build it up. What I did find though is a little goes a long way with this. You really don't need to use a lot of product, and sometimes with cushions it's easy to do so. You're just kind of going in. So then I can feel like I'm kind of looking a little quote unquote makeup-y. And so I would say less is more, which is a good thing since this is a very expensive cushion foundation, but this is great for travel, and yes, you do in fact get another refill, and I found that this foundation lasted for quite some time. Okay, bringing you up close so you can see this foundation. Okay, let me give you some of the claims of this foundation. This is a compact foundation which is infused with the Caviar water for complexion perfection. So with La Prairie, they're like secret ingredient or big ingredient that they include throughout their line is the Caviar, whereas like La Mer has the Miracle Broth, La Prairie has the Caviar. And this foundation is a fluid emulsion encapsulated in a cutting edge application system. With perfectly matched shades, the foundation is the perfect light coverage foundation on its own, or an ingenious on-the-go complement to Skin Caviar Concealer Foundation. It includes the cellular complex, water, and technologically advanced pigments. The La Prairie's caviar science and color artistry come together in this sublime fusion. The result is a fluid hydrating emulsion that provides natural looking complexion enhancement, smoothing, and essential protection all in a single perfect product. And what I will tell you about the La Prairie foundations, the Essence one, the Skin Caviar Concealer. I actually even have the pressed powder foundation, so maybe we're gonna have to do 3 videos using all of these different foundations. But what I will tell you is that they wear beautifully throughout the day. I think the difference that I find with some of these foundations is just that my skin actually feels and looks like better by the end of the day when I'm wearing these foundations. And that could be due to the ingredients. You know, maybe I'm actually getting some skincare benefits. I just feel like they wear so beautifully through the day. So I think that might be the reason that I was getting asked about this. Again, I have dry, mature skin. I do tend to gravitate towards foundations that are going to, you know, kind of enhance, not look cakey as I have gotten older. I'm going less full coverage because I just find that those sort of age me a bit. There's just certain ones where I'm like, oh my gosh, I look 100 years old, versus some that are going to be more hydrating, have some skincare benefits in them that I really do enjoy, and I do feel like my skin is benefiting from the ingredients if I'm going to be wearing it all day long. So that being said, I thought we would like pull out some of my other bougie or luxury makeup that I love and haven't used for a while. And this is the Skin Caviar Essence-in-Foundation. I do have a couple of you I know that absolutely love this foundation, and you have been wanting me to use it on camera, so I am doing that for you today. So what I'm going to do next is I am going to go ahead, lightly set this foundation. I'm going to be using the La Prairie. This is their Skin Caviar loose powder. Yep, this is an expensive powder. I don't know what makes it so magical, but it is a really good one. I just use a very little amount, and with the powder at least you also get a little travel size, though I feel like you kind of get a little bit more product for your money, because for myself I don't use a ton of powder, so I am just taking a little bit of this and I am kind of just pouncing it into the skin, and it is really, really beautiful. It gives your skin just sort of a velvety finish. Okay, here's what this looks like with the Essence foundation. Little dusting of powder. Okay, next I pulled out my Hermes. This is the Plein Air bronzer. I have it in Sahara. I did pick it up in Atlas too, and then so many of you told me I needed it in Sahara. You were right. I do absolutely love this. It's basically a mineral powder. It's just very velvety, really, really beautiful. And I'm just going to take this. I'm using an oldie but a goodie. This is my Giorgio Armani Sculpting Brush. My little dog has like literally chewed the back of this brush, but I just love the way that I can kind of hold on to this, and I'm just going to bronze up my skin with that bronzer from Hermes. Pulling out all the fun goodies today. Little bit of warmth all over the skin. Okay, then another oldie but goodie. This is from Valentino. I still absolutely love these blushes. And I pulled out my favorite, which is number 8. This is Call Me Coral, and it's just such a pretty sort of coral pink with a little bit of kind of some pearl in it. It just looks so pretty on the cheeks, and so we're going to put that on, having fun kind of shopping my stash a little bit as well. And I'm going to kind of just smile, put some of this on. These are eye to cheek, so you can use them on your eyes as well as your cheeks. And just going to come over here. Then what I like to do is take my La Mer fluffy brush here, the powder brush, and I love this. This is what I like to use to just sort of make sure that everything's nice and blended, especially with blush. I hate to say it, I sort of like to go in a little strong at the beginning, and then I just kind of come in with my brush here and just make sure that everything's nice and blended. And then for eyes, I'm actually pulling out my current favorite single shadow from Chanel, the Ombre Essential. And this one is, I know it sort of looks boring, but it is sort of a transformative shade. This one is in Beige Suede. It is a matte shadow, but it is just like perfection on the eyes. It's going to give you sort of a clean canvas, and then we will play my eyes up with a little color liner today. But this one is just such a good one. I cannot stop using it. So I'm just coming in with one of my Sonia G Blender Pro shadow brushes, and I am literally going to apply that all over the lid. You know what, we'll add a little bit of the bronzer and the blush to my eye look as well, but let's start with this. Okay, I just love this camel color. It's just really basic, but it's just awesome. Kind of a matte shade that's going to give your eyes a little definition. Then I'm going back into the Sahara bronzer. Now I'm so glad I pulled this out. Like, I love it. Such a good bronzer. And I'm going to take a little bit of the bronzer. I'm kind of going in the, you know, a little bit of the deeper, getting a little of each shade here. And I'm going to come in here and just kind of deepen my crease color. Kind of an earthy eye look here. Then I am going to come in with my blush color here, just putting a little bit of that pop of color, a little bit of that coral. I'm just going to kind of add a little bit of lightness right there. I'll see if I want to put any on the lid, but I just kind of want to add a little bit of that, creating a little monotone look here. Then we'll pop the eyes with a little eyeliner in 2 seconds. Okay, now we are going to pop my eyes. And yep, I had to pull out my Victoria Beckham, the Satin Kajal eyeliner in Navy Noir. This is one of my absolute favorite eyeliners, and I particularly really like it with this camel shade. I just love kind of taupe camel with a little pop of blue, and so that is what we're gonna do. And these liners are like the absolute best, but they are going to be a bit smudgy. I call it kind of lived-in eyeliner look. They're not super precise, and this beautiful blue is just fantastic. It really is going to kind of pop my eyes. So I'm going to start by kind of tight lining near the lash line, and I will be getting some transfer to the bottom, but that's okay. Kind of happens naturally, as I said. This is going to give you that lived-in smoky eye look. Okay, it's amazing what a little eyeliner can do. Completely kind of vamped up my eyes. Now what I want to do is I'm going to go put on my favorite bougie mascara. I'm not going to bore you with that step, but I'm going to be using my Chantecaille Faux Cils Longest Lash Mascara. This is my holy grail mascara. I do have some other mascaras that I like, but just not as much as this. So let me go put on the rest of my eyeballs. Okay, I have my eyeballs on. Kind of an easy eye with some impact. That Victoria Beckham Satin Kajal in Navy Noir will literally like pop your eyes, kind of give them a little transformation. My other favorite kind of more natural color I would use with this same eyeshadow would be the Cinnamon. I love that one from her. Or go ahead and use Cocoa or her bronze shade. They would all look fantastic. Olive's another one. That's kind of like my go-to lately, has just been a single shadow, then eyeliner, and then some mascara. So for lips today, I'm going to use one of my other favorite lip combos. I pulled out my Prada lipstick. I am first going to line my lips with my Victoria Beckham number 2. This one is just sort of like my perfect like nude liner, and I don't know, I've rebought this one several times. So this is another one I just really like. So I'm just going to quickly line my lips. Slightly overlining on the top. And I'm just going to take my finger and just kind of soften the edges there. And then I have this in the Prada Soft Matte Lipstick, and this one is in the shade B101. Like, this is one of these like kind of perfect nude colors because it is not going to wash me out. So it is almost like my lips, but a little better, I would say, shade. I really, really like this one. And this soft matte formula feels like a lip balm to me. I'm generally somebody who enjoys lip gloss or glossy lipsticks, and this is a very long-lasting soft matte lipstick, but the formula definitely feels, I wouldn't say it's like super hydrating or anything like that, but it is also more like a balm, if that makes sense. So it doesn't feel drying on the lips, and I really like this color. It's just a really good nude color for myself. I'm really attracted to those really like nudo colors, those ones, but they literally do nothing for me. They like wash out my complexion. I'm someone who definitely needs something that has a little more color to it, and this is definitely a really nice nude color. It's just a hair deeper than some of those other nudes that Prada sells, such as Nudo. Okay, then real quickly, since we're doing luxury beauty today, for fragrance of the day, I am going to spritz on a little Aventus for her. This is just one that I love, love, love to wear, especially when it is hot. It is like the perfect sort of invigorating, sporty, fruity floral scent. I'm just a little bit obsessed with it, so I'm going to put some of that on. This is another one of my fragrances that I just tend to like, when in doubt, what am I going to wear? I'm going to spritz this on, and since I am going to be outside for a bit, I'm definitely kind of want something that's going to cut through the heat. So it smells fabulous in here, and now I am ready to go run my errands. Okay, I am off to run a few errands, then I'm going to take a walk in the 90-degree weather. So we're gonna get a little kind of wear test as well in the hot weather so we can see how it performs. Okay, I am back from running some errands. I have not done my hot walk yet, so that's going to be the real test of this foundation. But already I gotta tell you, it is hot out. I think we have almost hit 90 degrees. Okay, it's only 87. It's getting up to 90. So let me bring you in close. I'm just going to show you how this foundation has worn so far. I have not put on any additional powder or anything like that. So here is what the Essence-in-Foundation looks like on the skin. And I will tell you, you know, it doesn't feel like makeup on the skin at all. I think that as far as the difference, and again, we will be doing a video on the Skin Caviar, I would say the difference between these two, I feel like this is a little bit more of a velvety finish, but it's still going to impart a little bit of glow, if that makes sense. I do feel like this one looks a little bit more makeup-y than this one. Like, I feel like this one is like really kind of seals into your skin and looks like skin. I'm not mad at this foundation at all. I'm just trying to kind of share that, you know, I probably put on maybe a little bit too much. I just feel like if you were up close, if you were like right here with me, you know, you would be like, I'm definitely wearing some makeup versus like, ooh, your skin looks good. Does that make sense at all? I just think you can detect that I'm wearing a touch of makeup. Again, I am. That would be the only thing I would say so far, but I honestly feel like these foundations just wear really well throughout the day. They definitely are going to mesh in with the skin, but I don't get like the wear and tear. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like I still have the same amount of coverage. I feel like the makeup that I put on top of it really has stayed. So I don't know if that's, you know, with the foundation or not, but I just feel like the products have been laying really nicely on top of the foundation, and that, you know, I am definitely getting a little bit more through the T-zone that I could touch up with the powder. But overall, I am really liking it. Let me bring you in close. This is what I'm saying. When I'm looking in my mirror, kind of like right over here, this is where I feel like you can almost, you know, see a little bit of the makeup. That is what I would say. But again, you know, that'd be somebody having to really pay attention. I'm kind of being critical of this foundation just because it is so expensive, and I'm just wanting to make sure that you're seeing the pros and the cons of this expensive foundation. And overall, I'm really liking the shade, which is Pure Ivory. And again, in the Skin Caviar, I have it in warm beige, and there's no warm beige equivalent in the Essence-in-Foundation foundation. And so when I was at the counter, they said they generally recommend for people, if they use warm beige, to go ahead and get Pure Ivory because it's more of a neutral shade. And to be honest, I liked this shade so much that I wanted to pick it up in the Skin Caviar as well. So you'll get to see both of those colors on me if you are trying to figure that out. And I also have some swatches in the Skin Caviar as well. Okay, I'll do one more check-in and we'll see how this wears after being out in the heat. I am back doing a final check-in on this La Prairie. I can't seem to remember the name. I'll tell you in a minute. I've had a little afternoon here. The Essence-in-Foundation from La Prairie, the Bougie foundation. So I have had this on all day long. I think we're going on about 9+ hours here. And my AC unit has gone out. So I have been scurrying around and doing all sorts of things. I ran up the stairs. I broke 2 nails. I've had a day. I have taken a walk out in the heat, and then it is very warm because it is 90+ degrees here, and my upstairs unit is out. So I've been doing some stuff. So you are going to see how this foundation performs in the heat and stress. And so this is what it looks like. And let's see, I'm definitely a little glowy. I did not touch up. I literally have been scurrying around getting towels. I'm having some leaking and things like that. So you guys are getting true on wear test with this guy here. And overall, I have to say, I'm kind of pleasantly surprised. I mean, I definitely look, I definitely see some shine through the T-zone. And, it's definitely warm and glowy. But I do have to say, I think it kind of looks nice. I feel like if I took some of my powder here. I have literally not touched up with powder or anything. You're definitely seeing a little glowiness. Again, it is extremely warm here today, and I have no AC. So definitely getting my glow on naturally. And then I literally can show you how we could take down the shine, but I just want to give you a big close-up right here. This is what it looks like at the end of the day. And when I say it looks better at the end of the day, I just feel like your skin, it's going to look like skin, kind of meshes in overall. And then if I was saying I'm going to go out to eat or something, I wouldn't feel like I needed to take the cushion and touch up. I would actually just take some powder, which I did not put much powder on at all. And so I would just kind of come down here and kind of fix any sort of shine here. And then voila, you will kind of have that same finish that you started with. So just kind of wanted to take that down just so you can see that it is fixable. So overall, I have to say, yes, it is a really expensive foundation. This is just one that people have been asking me to review. As far as is it worth it, that really is going to depend on you. I always tell people it's really going to be individual. It could totally be worth it for you if you felt like this is the best shade match, if you felt like, this has skincare benefits, that really make it worth it for you. Do I think that there's a lot of other foundations out there that actually perform just as well for less money? I do. I think this is going to be for my luxury lovers. I think this is a really good foundation for people with more dry, mature skin. So that being said, I'm not upset about repurchasing. I'm actually a little excited to kind of have a good match from La Prairie because many of you do ask me about that brand and about those foundations. So that is my 2 cents for now. I also think I'll have more good conclusive thoughts on it once we do the review of the Skin Caviar Concealer Foundation. I can kind of give you sort of my thoughts as to which one I like better or what time of year I might want to wear these. So more to come on the La Prairie front. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be back with another video soon.